This video is sponsored by Madrina's Coffee. Madrina's Coffee offers coffee for fuel delivered right to your door. Use the code BOOST to get 50% off anything in the online store, or use the code for get your first round of subscription service free and free shipping. Welcome everybody back to part 4 of this mansion. So today we're going to continue working on where we left off on the last part. On the back side, finally, on the garage area that is. I mean, we still have quite a bit of work to do, but we are definitely getting there in how close we are to getting this entire house done, guys. So what we're going to do is start off where we left off. So using our andesite, we're going to come to the left one and have a 2 wide corner here. So it should be a pretty much a 2x2 block, as you can tell here. Just like that. Very, very simple. Using your andesite, come diagonal 1 in front and stack it up twice. And it's going to be 2 wide. Leave a 3 block gap. And then do the same thing again on that side. So a 2x2 block. And then another 2x2 block. Alrighty. Now using pillar quartz, kind of stack up a little bit, you know, kind of like what we've been doing on all of these windows. And then quartz stairs connecting the two sides together like that. And I need to figure out a block to put away. We'll put away our block of quartz. I don't think we're using them all too much. Our oak wood fences go in the middle with our slabs coming across and connecting the two sides. And these need to be stacked up 1 block higher. And we're going to have just these ones come across and connect the two sides with upside down stairs. Now that we have the window made, we can actually place our andesite underneath the window. It just kind of helps speed things up and clarify things. And then have your cobblestone come across and connect the two sides here together. And voila, there is that. Now come diagonal and back to the left one with your andesite, not cobblestone. Stack it up twice again, just like that. Again, hopefully very, very simple. And stack it up with your your cobblestone. I'm starting to lose track of all these materials and everything. So now we're actually going to have a back door here that will lead to other things, obviously, and stuff like that. If you want to have a pool or anything out here, this is where you're really going to see some of this stuff take its shape. So you might notice I already have the outline here. So you might be wondering, why is there such a big gap? So we're actually going to use, do we want to use stairs for this? Yeah, we can. Using your stone brick stairs, we're going to have a corner stair here and here. All right, I know I didn't specify how far away that was. I might as well, get rid of that one. So with that stair here, we're going to start fresh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then this one would be 12. There we go. So if you did it correctly, you should have an odd number in the middle. And that will be, we're actually going to use our block of quartz this time instead of cobblestone mostly. So what we're going to do is stack it up here in the middle. So what you're going to see here is we're going to have pillars on both ends on these stairs. This is going to be your back porch leading into your backyard is basically what we're doing here. Alrighty. So we actually need to stack these stairs up one more time, just like this. And that will connect those two together. And I think we even need to stack up these pillar quartz 1 block taller. Just like that. So basically we want them to be the same height as the window that we just made. Because we're actually going to connect these two sides like this with our quartz. Just like that. Come on. There we go. Alrighty then. So then what we're going to do is have upside down quartz stairs here on the ends of the pillars. Just like this. And here is your back entrance way or exit way to whatever you guys want to call it. I don't know how to call it. Then using cobblestone, what we're going to do is come back 1, 2, 3 from the pillar that we just placed. Stack it all the way up. Same height as the stairs here that we just put. And do the same thing on the other side. So, oh my goodness, twice in a row. And stack it all the way up, even with the pillar quartz. Just like this. And then we're going to come diagonal and back. We're going to have a 1 block cobblestone pillar coming across and connecting. Just like this. And then using our stone, we need to add in our little platform here. Just kind of connect these two sides together just like this. Boop, boop. And we can even have it come out one more. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 different doors. So using your cobblestone again, start in the middle where this pillar is. And add 3 blocks. And then stack it up. If you did it correctly, you should have 2 3-block windows, 3 block gap windows. I don't know how, whatever the hell you call them. and that's where your doors are going to go. Same door design that we used over there and at the front door. So I'm not even really going to put them this time. I'm just going to kind of skip over them. If you want to see the same window designs, go watch some of the other parts if you haven't watched those. If you have, you probably know the design that I'm talking about already. So you should, have it set and taken care of it in the first place. So there we go. There is that. So now going back over on the other side, on the left side of the stair, going back to our cobblestone and andesite, what we're going to do is stack up twice here next to this stair. Come diagonal again to just like this. We're kind of making another bay window that we made over here, just like this, but this one's only going to be 1 block shorter in the front. So coming diagonal 3 blocks. Now instead of 3 block windows, we're actually going to have a 2 this time. So it's going to be a 2 block gap instead of a 3, and do the same thing coming back twice. So it should be even, kind of more of a, you can't really call that a shape, can you? I mean, more of a parabola shape, I guess. And that's a nerd. Oh my god, I never thought I'd use math terms in videos. Oh god, where have I gone? Anyways, before I get too carried away, we're gonna stack these up same height that we stacked up everything else. Make sure you use your you know what I'm talking about, your cobblestone here. My goodness, I've been doing this for a couple hours now, so it's trying to make sure I keep using the same, descriptions of how I'm doing everything. It gets hard after a while, believe it or not. Actually, this does need to be stacked up 1 more block. We're going to have this here and stack these up 1 more, just like this. And we know where this window is going to be, so we can fill in our andesite here. And again, same window design. So what we're actually going to do is place a cobblestone or whatever thing here. It doesn't really matter. Only reason we're placing it there is for a upside down quartz stair on these. Again, same design. So 1, 2, 3 would go here, with our upside down going right here on both of these. The same thing. You can get rid of the block behind now. We don't really need it. It's just there so we can place that upside down stair. Put your cobblestone on top of the stairs that you just made, and boom. And then last but not least, we need to add in our slabs here on these 1x1 windows. There we go. So now that window is made. Again, you might notice that, okay, so why is over here 2 stories, but then over here is 1 story? Well, because not the entire house needs to be a 2-story house. Some of it can be a 1-story, which will save us quite a bit of time, along the way as well. So it's definitely just one of those nice things to do, in my opinion. All right, so now we're going to have pretty much another same window design that we just made here with the fireplace over here this time. So we're going to do, coming back with your andesite, coming back diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, stack it up twice, and stack it up, or come diagonal in front, 1, 2, 3, 4, come back 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that, stack these up twice. Now the one in the middle here that's in front will be your stone, which we already had out, luckily. So this is going to be stacked up. Again, this will be your fireplace. So that's why we're using a different material to kind of distinguish the fireplace from everything else. This makes things a little bit easier. So we want to make this a U shape again, just like this. Makes things easier for the windows that we're getting ready to add. So the windows will be right next to the fireplace. So right here can be stacked up and even with everything else. Again, I'm kind of just going through some of this stuff pretty quick because we're already on part 4 and we haven't even completed the outside of the house. So, we still have so much work to get done, and I'm trying to make sure I still describe it as best as I can. Hopefully you guys are still being able to follow along with me. So upside down stairs on the bottom above the andesite, and same design here. So upside down stair with half a block of slab underneath it, just like this. Boom. You see how quick that was? Hopefully that makes sense. It should look something just like this. Alrighty. Now we can come back twice with our andesite here. So we should have a 2x2 corner. Now we want to come diagonal again. I know we're just coming diagonal so many times. I know probably some of you guys are tired of it. We're going to come out 2. So another 2x2 corner here. We want to make sure we use andesite for this though. So here we're actually going to have quite a few doors. This is going to be where a back portion or patio would go. So that's why you're going to see quite a bit of that kind of stuff here. So kind of bear with me on how many doors you are going to see. This is kind of making this here. So basically all these white spots you see on the floor are all the doors that we are going to have. So we're going to have quite a bit. So I would maybe even just take out, we will need our stairs. What will we not need? We can leave your stone for now, I guess, might be the best way to do this. I'm just going to use black glass, even though you guys know the window design and everything. So we're going to start on our first window. So our andesite, we're going to have it come out 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually just going to cover up each one. So 3 block gap. Each window will be, or door, excuse me, will be a 3 wide, kind of like every other door. The only exception will be this one over here, and I will let you know when we get to that. So 3 block gap, another 3 block gap, another 3 blocks of andesite. We're going to turn to the left, another 3 block gap, another 3, 5 block gap. So this is where your bigger window is going to go. So another 3 here, 2 tall. And then on the end here, we're actually going to have 4 this time on this side of this door. Whew, I know. There's so much going on. We can stack up with our cobblestone. I'm getting so many things confused. I am sorry, guys. Again, like I've said so many times already, I'm just trying to make sure, we get this done. I understand that some of you guys are not going to be able to watch this many parts to complete a mansion. Some of you can, some of you can't. So I'm trying to make sure I kind of find that happy balance between everything. So as of right now, I'm just placing our cobblestone on top of all of the andesite that we just placed. Just kind of speeding things up a little bit here. Just like this. And finish that one off. Okay, so first off, you might notice that, the doors, we need to be up a little bit higher. That is a good point. Yes, we do. So for that, we're actually going to use pillar quartz. And what we're going to do is start right here. All right, and we're actually going to stack these up 3 blocks with this. Do we want to use cobblestone instead? Yeah, let's use cobblestone instead. I think it might look pretty good. The cobblestone will be stacked up 3. For this, we do not need andesite, really. This one's going to be more just free roam kind of style. So we're going to have it start here, 3 blocks tall. So basically, the reason we're having it start 3 is because our floor will start right here. So I'm just going to use our stone to fill in the gaps where our doors will be. And what you can even do is just kind of fill in all of this extra space here. Now, if you want to add some designs, you can. And what I mean by that is I'm going to make some gaps. You notice I'm just kind of doing the outline. You'll see why here in a second. So when we stop here, what you can do is maybe do 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th. Or maybe even just make it a 3x3 block on each. So 3 here. Alrighty. Another 3 here. And just kind of keep doing the same thing. Again, it's not going to be a perfect shape, as you can tell, but I think it is pretty close to what it could be, so I'm going to stick with it. We can even just get rid of this here. And kind of do the same thing over here. So, 3 block. So, it's basically you're making 3x3 blocks. And this adds a little bit more design, It's so simple that it just kind of makes everything look a little bit better. And to finish this one off here. So there's actually a couple things you could kind of do here. First off, we're just going to have our cobblestone come all the way over. Now, we're actually going to make the cobblestone 2 blocks tall. The only exception is where I tell you to. That's because that's where some of the stuff is going to go. I don't know how to describe some of these things. So 2 blocks tall with our things here. So on the corner here, we're going to have our cobblestone come up 1 more block. On the end over here, have another one come up 1 more block. And we want to have maybe 1 right here. Kind of more in between on where this door is. So now doing that, we can now use iron bars to fill in everything right here. So just kind of filling everything in. And you might notice, well, how are we going to get down from the patio? Well, that is another very good question you might ask. We're going to make a gap here of 3. 1, 2, 3 on the 4th. We're going to place another piece of cobblestone. And then using slabs or stairs, it doesn't really matter on preference here. You can just kind of start here and just kind of work your way down. I'd maybe even just continue going down here until you get all the way to the bottom. And then there are your stairs going down. And what you might even do is using cobblestone, just kind of put these here. This part really isn't necessary. That's kind of why I'm like speeding through it a little bit faster. Because to me, it's not really a necessary thing to have. But you can even just like leave it off here. And then have a one piece of iron bar on both ends. And voila, now you have another way down. And just kind of helps speed things up. And makes things look pretty nice in my opinion. So, instead of using other materials to fill in this gap, one thing I'm going to use that you might not expect is grass. You might be wondering, why in the hell would you use grass to fill in this area? The reason for that is because something like this, grass could actually look pretty decent. Surprisingly, you know, it's one of those things where you don't really think about it, but it just kind of adds a little bit more detail to some of these small things. And we can even add, I'll think of it, carpet on where the stone is to kind of give it that small extra edge. So again, there's so many small things that you can do to make a house look a little bit different. I think this will be one of those things. So just kind of keep filling all these in. And I'll get rid of that one block and that 2 blocks now. So we're almost working our full way around this house, guys. We're almost there to being done with the outside. So again, if we take a step back, you can kind of see what it looks like now. Again, it just makes it look a little bit different. It makes it kind of look like a small little garden area, which I kind of like, actually. It just looks very different. You don't really see it all too often. And what I was saying was, if you want to use, for example, light gray carpet, we could even do is just kind of place it around the stone. And again, what this kind of does is it just makes the grass have a little bit more depth to it. So I'm just going to keep placing it around the stone here. Now, the only downside to this is your doors. So I'm going to kind of leave it how it is. I think it looks fine. I was just trying to give you guys a little bit more options. I might leave it on the edge. Nah, I'll even get rid of it on the edges. I thought it was going to look better than it did, but when it comes to the doors, you're not going to be able to have it. So I think it might just be best to not even have carpet on here at all. But again, it really depends on your personal preferences on what you think looks best. Even though I'm the one making the house for you guys, you can still use your personal judgment on what you think could look better, you know, in the long run. So it really depends on you. So now adding our doors. We know the doors are going to be 4 blocks tall. So we can add in our slabs coming across on all of these. So with the main door, the one that's 5 blocks wide, it's pretty much going to be the exact same design. Only difference is you're going to have 2 layers of glass panes on the end instead of 1 before it comes out. So just like this, and this time around, and then all these other ones are going to be the exact same design. I'm just going to kind of fill all these in with our glass panes. I'll get rid of all the extra stuff as we go. I just don't really feel like we need to take the time to make every single thing perfect when we already know what it should look like. So there we go. And we missed a door over here. You might be wondering, why are we having so many doors? Well, the reason to having so many doors is it's a mansion. You know, mansions always have a lot of light coming in, and just having this many doors can actually just make things look a little bit special, in my opinion. It's just one of those small things that can make a little bit of a difference, you know? Even though it's not a huge difference, it's a small difference. Okay, so now we're going to come back to the left with our andesite again. So, using our andesite, what we're going to do is come over 1, 2, just like this. So 2 block on the corners, leave a 2 block gap, start here. All right, so you might notice this design again. 1, 2, 3, 4, another fireplace. So using stone, we're going to make our fireplace U-shape again. So just kind of stack these all the way up. And Also, again, you might notice that we are over in the 2, what am I thinking? The 2-story portion of the house. That is true. We are going to have more of a 2-story part here, but at the same time, the roof design that we are going to add will add a little bit more height and stuff like that. So even though it might look like a 1-story on some of these, you actually will be getting a 2-story as well. So it's just a thing you're going to have to wait and see on how it plays out. But I think it should turn out pretty well. If you ask me, you know, who wants my opinion though. So what we're going to do now is add this window. So again, kind of the same window design, only this one's not going to be right up against the fireplace. This one's actually a little bit different. So as you can tell, it's going to be right here this time. So what we can even do is using your pillar quartz, stack up with these. Just like this. Fill in your andesite right here. And same thing. and add in a 1, 2, 3. So right here is where this one goes. And finish it off with that. On the middle, I put away my damn, I put away the wrong block. I always hate when I do that. Alrighty. There we go. That window is made, set, ready to go. Alright, now we can move on to the next one. Also, I think I forgot to finish off this design. So basically, you're just going to have in a upside down stair above the slabs here, above all the doors. So I forgot to mention all that. I was just wondering about that and why it looked incomplete. But there we go. And then, of course, your cobblestone will come across and connect these two sides together in perfect harmony. So just like this. There we go. Now it looks a little bit more complete. So we're rolling pretty well through this. So I think in the next part, we will hopefully finish up the outside besides the roof. The roof will take some time because the roof is a little bit more interesting when it comes to how we're going to be doing it. But hopefully not too time consuming at the same time. It's going to be hopefully pretty quick, but also time consuming at the same time. I'm not really sure how to describe it. So I will see you guys for the next part, and thank you very much for watching. Hey guys, so before we get to the giveaway, I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about Madrina's Coffee. So Madrina's Coffee has some amazing coffee and a great, variety of different flavors that you can try it yourself. But one of the things I like about them the most is the fact that they are gamers. They actually understand the gaming market. It's not just a advertising thing to them. It's one of those things to where if you're passionate about something, it's even more fun to sponsor it. And that's actually exactly what they're doing here. They enjoy the brand. They enjoy helping out channels and stuff like that. And they're helping my channel out in a pretty big way and bringing this house series to you guys. And we will be doing some streaming with them later on as well in the next couple weeks, hopefully. But, it's such a rare thing to find that people in a company that really care about the gaming community in itself. And, they also support gaming channels as well. I mean, for example, me, they're also going to be supporting other gaming channels along the way. No matter how big or small, they could sponsor you. They will work with you on what you have. So let's get into the giveaway details. So how this is going to work is to enter into the giveaway. All you have to do, very simple, go down into the comment section, right? And type in hashtag coffee for fuel. And what that's going to do is as soon as you type that in, I will be able to see who comments, right? And as soon as you type that, you're automatically entered in to the giveaway for free coffee. So that's as simple as it is. All you have to do is type in hashtag coffee for fuel. You'll see it on the screen here on how to spell it. Yeah, so that's pretty much all you have to do in order to get this giveaway, guys. So it's so simple. And at the end of this house, I will do a big reveal about who won this giveaway, but we will have some more in the series as well as we go. So don't forget to use the code BOOST to get 50% off anything in the online store, or use the code for get your first round of subscription service free and free shipping.